You wasted 2024, and now you're trying to think, how can I make up for that lost time this year? You didn't make any progress towards your goals last year, and so now you're thinking you have to double it. And you can't. But the second you accept that's true, something kind of magical happens. So we're going to talk about that. I'm Justin Leff, and I focus on motivation, adaptive thinking, and a whole bunch of other stuff in a way that helps you become your own psychologist. So you're looking back at 2024 and you just feel like shit about it. You didn't get any progress towards the things you wanted to get done. You're still in the same spot. And that's where your focus is on. It's on how badly it makes you feel to look into the past and think about what could have been. You're focused on how much of a loser you are, how much you regret that it could have been that way. Or even if it's just about productivity, you're thinking about how you could have doubled your workload. But that's not where you want your attention to be. You don't want your attention to be on how badly it makes you feel or wishful thinking about what it could have been. Your attention needs to be on why didn't you make progress? Were you getting distracted easily? Were you procrastinating a lot? Were you watching time go by and not really respecting it or only panicking at the last moment when you saw the end of the month? Did you have too low of a risk tolerance? These kinds of things are the whys. And now what you can do is ask yourself this question. Did these whys change, or did your regret change? And there's a really good chance that what you're going to realize is that the thing that is driving your intention to work double as hard this year is not the fact that you got better at all of these issues that were making last year so hard. It's just the regret. And that's because your regret drives one really important thing. It drives your intentions. You're looking back on 2024, you're regretting it, and it's really driving home that you want to do better this year. But how does that change if you can? How do these intentions change your problems? And to put this into an analogy for a second, if you built a bridge and the bridge collapses, it's probably not because your intentions to build a strong, safe bridge were too weak. It's probably because your math sucks. And so now going into 2024, you want your intentions to be so good that you can build 2 times the amount of bridges without have improved your math at all. Because remember, you don't need to go from 0 to 100. You need to go from 0 to 200 because that's how you're going to get ahead and stay on track for 2026. Basically, you tried to lift a 100-pound bar above your head, you failed, and so you decided the next time you need to pick up that bar, it needs to weigh 200 pounds or you're going to fall behind in your strength. And that is such an obviously impossible goal that what the brain loves to do is pretend that those problems don't exist. This is why every single motivation and discipline video you see on YouTube is all about the hype and the intention and the attitude and the mindset, because these are things that you can change instantly, and they don't acknowledge the intense discomfort that you're not going to fucking succeed. And this is one of the things that makes practical goals kind of uncomfortable because they lay out time in front of you. It makes it easy to see. Intentions don't. Intentions are infinite. They're vague. They're fucking concepts. And they can compensate for anything as long as it feels good in the moment. You cannot compensate for skills with regret. And you can't let your intent decide what your expectations are going to be. As you set your goals for 2025, it needs to be based not on how badly you feel about 2024, it needs to be based on what has changed since 2024. And all of this is just kind of a fancy way of saying, accept where you are at. Here's the important message I want you to take away from this though. I'm not saying this because I'm telling you that you can't be ambitious or because I want you to accept that you can't have certain things. I'm telling you this because this is the best way to make progress. So while you've heard the idea of self-acceptance a million times, this is the message that needs to be hammered home more for people. It's not about self-love. It's not about being kind. It's not wishy-washy. It's about being effective. If you started a business, you would base your business expectations on the resources the business has available. If you started lifting weights today, you would base your expectations on your muscle mass. The thing that connects intentions and expectations is shame, and you need to ignore that shit. Trying to convince yourself that you can suddenly skyrocket your productivity is the best way to sabotage your productivity. And that's the message that I see missing the most, and it's the one that I wish was more common. So that's everything I have to say about it. If you want more videos like this, you can subscribe and like, and you can check out my website to see what I do. Thanks for watching.